When I was starting out solo on a big ADV bike, there was a certain level of anxiety about getting caught out in a remote area, whether it be on steep loose hills or in a wet boggy valley. Being solo in areas without people or mobile reception, it's hard to commit to some routes when you get there to the steep hill or a long bog hole and see something that sets off your alarm bells and has you turning around. It's a defeating feeling, and when alone, turning around is probably your best bet. I've decided to put together this series to show the terrain, challenges and conditions of the trails at the time of publishing. A sort of guide to help others riders figure out whether they want to tackle a certain road or trail solo, and help alleviate some of the doubt involved with the mind's perception of the unknown, challenging their riding skills in new terrain on a big bike. At the end of the day, the safest way to attempt these routes is with a group, and always carrying some snacks, water, tools, first aid kit and some form of satellite communication on your person. There is no implied responsibility taken with this information. Motorcycling in any environment is a dangerous activity to be partaken in at your own risk. So sit back and enjoy as I show a particular dirt road or trail in its entirety that I've ridden lately. And I'll go through a short rundown at the end of the video pointing out conditions and challenges to look out for, rate each section on difficulty for myself as an average rider, and ultimately answer the question, is this route big bike friendly? Huh? Yeah. Sandy as this truck. man, thirsty work. Sandiest in second gear don't really work off the mark. Oh, they kind of do, but not when you're trying to do a bloody sharp turn. Pretty hectic, this truck. This is my first time riding through the Conjola National Park, and I was relatively new to sand riding at the time, so I was taking it very slow. Slatybox Road. It is a sand and clay based trail that follows the coast to the east of the highway. The area looks as though wet weather and four-wheel drives create a lot of large deep bog holes, with some looking like a nightmare for a big bike and times around heavy rain. The type of bog holes that when full of water will drown a motorcycle and vacuum the tyres into the clay bottom. In the dry, the route is fine, as long as you keep an eye out for the said bog holes, as they have deep, steep ruts that would send you airborne if you hit them with too much speed. It looks like most of the holes could be skirted around the edge on a bike, but I'm not sure as I haven't seen them in the wet yet. The road also has several sandy sections, with one in particular pretty deep and loose, with a 100-degree corner to navigate right in the middle of the sand patch. If you knew the track and its obstacles, you could definitely hit it with a decent pace, but you need to be extremely cautious of 4x4s and motorcycles, as this area is a bit of a mecca for off-road recreation. This trail is relatively easy and probably a 2 out of 5 on the scale of the hardest places I've ridden. Personally, I think this trail is definitely big bike friendly in the dry, but in the wet it may be a different story, depending on access around some of the larger bog holes. I wouldn't attempt to ride any bike through the deeper bog holes if they were full of water. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.